Hi, it's Nick Shell, the internet receding hairline guy. Don't you love it when I just randomly start doing a video in my car? You're expecting me to walk out of the tunnel or out of a tree, and then instead I'm in a car. It's kind of hot. I'm about to go on a bike ride and cash a check for $25. That gives me an incentive to go bike riding. I had my birthday a month and a half ago and I still haven't cashed this check. So here's my... I know this may sound like a dumb thing to do a video about in regards to receding hairline, but I just keep thinking it, so I'm going to say it out loud. We might be able to use the word disillusioned when it comes to having hair, because kind of like I said yesterday, ultimately, am I any happier? Is my life any better with hair? The answer is an obvious no. My life is just as good with or without hair. I was just as happy with a shaved head. And so I'm like... So anyway, here's the dumb subject to talk about. I just kind of feel like, what does this do? What's it for? I mean, it's just like, I could put a fish on top of my head. I could put my hand on top of my head. I could put a wet towel on my head. Octopus, whatever you want to put, just put it on top of there. Why? What good does it do? Why maintain this? Why cut this? Why even fix it in the morning? Again, it's very low maintenance. I didn't really do much at all, but still I do it. Why? What's the point? What am I getting out of this? Why do we need to even worry about this? And yet we do. Enough for you to watch these videos and for me to make them. Obviously, it matters to us. But why? I mean, I guess I'm just disillusioned on why hair actually matters. If only half the people that have looked at my videos have said that they like me better with hair. So I could just keep shaving it off. Just as many people would be happy then as they are now. And then I won't have just this on top of my head for no reason. It doesn't serve a purpose. I mean, if anything, I guess the purpose is to prove to the world, hey, I can still grow hair. You know, I mean, I've got a receding hairline. It's starting to thin right here. But if it's long enough, you can't see that it's thinning here. So guess what, world? I can grow hair. But you know, even then, it's not like I'm more masculine because I can grow hair. I mean, yeah, obviously you've read the same blog post as me. You know that testosterone is linked to you actually losing your hair. So it's a masculine trait. I mean, do women lose their hair? Yes, they lose hair throughout their life. And yes, their hairline may recede throughout their life, but not to the extent that men stereotypically have that problem. So it's not that I'm more masculine with this hair. It's not that I'm a better man or a better person because I can grow hair. It proves nothing about me. It proves my genetics, which I had no effect over. I didn't choose my genetics. So I'm just really thinking, what's the point? You know, if we're talking about life and I would say, what's the point? Okay, I can give you the point on that, you know. But as far as something as trivial as hair, I just don't see why. What it even matters. What's my incentive to have hair? When half the people, whether it's on the internet or whether it's in my office or wherever it is, like me just as good without it. Including my wife, not to mention that. She actually prefers that I have a shaved head compared to this. So what's my motivation? That's ultimately the question. What's my motivation for having hair when half the people like me with the shaved head at number one anyway, right? What's the point? I don't see the point. Why do I even still have this? Why don't I just go ahead and go home and just shave it off today? What would stop me? Nothing would stop me. But what would inspire me to keep this? I don't know the answer to that. This is Nick Shell, the internet receding hairline guy.